concept that permeates the pages of the novel The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald is the American dream. A lot of times authors blur the lines between imagination and reality when it comes to this topic. But F. Scott Fitzgerald tries to convey the message that the American dream is elusive and can rarely be attained. He shows this through the lives of three characters: Nick, Gatsby, and Myrtle. Nick moves out east to get in the business of bonds. His father gives him 1 year to pay for rent, books, and living. It's interesting because after one night with his cousin and Tom, they forgot to ask him something. Page 24. That something was the engagement they had heard rumors about. 3 people had told them. Nick, of course, denies it, and interestingly says that that's not true. But I feel it was true, and that he moved out east to leave the life he'd left in Louisville behind because he couldn't face the failure. Another victim of love is Gatsby. He threw lavish parties. Now, some may have come from hospitality he learned from his mentor, Dan Cody. But it's interesting because men and girls came and go like moths. Page 43. But I feel like he was looking for Daisy every time because who throws a party and doesn't invite people, yet everybody comes? And that shows just how invested he was in his American dream, which made his failure even that much more tragic. Because he paid for bands, live music, dance floor, butlers, waiters, food, alcohol during the Prohibition, interestingly enough. But I feel like deep down, Gatsby knew that the differences between him and Tom could not be overcome. Because West Egg represented new money, and East Egg represented old money. And Daisy was old money through and through. He was also trying to reach for something in the past, but time only flows one direction: future. So, Gatsby can't and won't ever know things between Daisy and Tom, things that neither of them can forget. That put the nail in the coffin on Gatsby's American dream. And 5 years of his life went to waste. And tragically, or gratefully if you think about it, Gatsby was killed by Wilson. And we never saw the repercussions of his failure. Now to Myrtle. She wanted more than anything to be rich, be upper class. Fortunately, she could only feel that way with Tom. Wilson, her real husband, just couldn't provide her with that. Even though he was a hard-working man and dedicated his life to her, she did not do the same. She was under the impression that Tom loved her and wanted to marry her, but apparently Daisy was a Catholic, which we all know she was a Presbyterian. Just kidding, we don't. But it is interesting that Tom would lie like that to her, just to keep her from bringing up the topic of marriage time and time again. That just shows how little she knows of Tom, and how she can't really know what she wants if she doesn't know the people that she's getting it from. Which I feel like relates to real life very well, because the car crash, when she ran out there to a familiar car she had seen Tom driving earlier, kind of symbolizes how we see things that look safe and familiar, but we might just go up to them and they may kill us. They may destroy our dreams just as easily as a car running over a girl. In my opinion, the description of the car crash fits failure quite well. Failure will come out of the gathering darkness, waver tragically, then disappear. Page 144. Just like the car. F. Scott Fitzgerald really is trying desperately to show us how the real world works when it comes to dreams. I feel like he wants us to lower our expectations, to not dream too big, because I mean, we have all this time coming up to it that we pick and choose details. It has to be that way, otherwise we feel like we didn't just get there. And I feel like it's unfair to compare reality to our imagination, because we can't control everything like we can up here. And I feel like it's human nature to obsess over one goal until it's our only want. Eventually, we can't compete with our hopes. Like Gatsby and Daisy. Gatsby loved Daisy so much, but did he love the real Daisy, or the Daisy that he had come up with for 5 years? The stories of these people shows how what we want is just what we can't have. Nick wanted that woman and a happy wife and a good marriage, but unfortunately he failed. So he, like I said earlier, he escaped. Myrtle just wanted to be upper class. She just wanted to feel rich, be powerful, have influence. But unfortunately, her lack of knowledge led to her death. And Gatsby, his dream was the least attainable of all. He wanted something in the past. We all know that time travel isn't real. I feel like overall the point that Fitzgerald was trying to get is that the American dream is constantly out of reach. That our dreams are misconceptions, and year by year, our dreams, year by year, recede before us. Page 189. And even though Gatsby believed we could achieve it, F. Scott Fitzgerald implies throughout the book that we can't. The American dream might be close, we might even experience what it would be like Myrtle did, but unfortunately, it's not ours to have, and we never will achieve it.